Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, a Senate inquiry is sought to look into the alleged bribery to amend the Constitution through a people's initiative. The United States says the fuel shipment to Subic Bay was done in coordination with proper channels. And President Bongbong Marcos appoints former Senator and House Deputy Speaker Ralph Recto as the new finance chief. What should be his priorities? Senator Imee Marcos joins us in the program. Some senators want Congress to look into alleged bribes given to Filipinos who will sign the petition supporting charter change through a people's initiative. Some cha-cha proponents reportedly going around provinces promising funds and social assistance to districts in exchange for signatures needed to push to amend the Constitution. And from the provinces, the controversial campaign has now reached parts of Metro Manila. According to Senator Win Gatchalian, signing the petition would mean agreeing to amend the Constitution through joint voting of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Senator Imee Marcos. Senator, it's good to have you again. Welcome to the source. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Mabuhay ang The Source. And yes, that's correct. The other day, I filed a resolution, finally, because of what seems to be a signature buying campaign. Our Constitution is not for sale. Let us not allow this to happen. And I first got notice of this even before Christmas when, strangely, a form was sent to me via text from Congress alleging that not only was there going to be a signature buying effort, but that there was a plan, in fact, to finalize the people's initiative through this measure, and that a plebiscite would have a run-up leading to January, February, March, April. And by the time 17 June would arrive, there would already be a plebiscite, which would then be certified and approved by COMELEC on the 8th of July.
Planado, you have a timeline, Senator.
Yes, I can share it with you. It's fairly detailed.
You just did. But my question, Senator, you knew this before Christmas, sabi niyo po, no?
Tama.
Would you be able to tell me how you found out? Are there names that you can actually give me?
Walang pangalan kasi ang text ko bukas sa lahat. Everybody texts me. So I figured, deadma muna to dahil sangkatutak na marites naman sa ating bansa. But it was fairly detailed. Project PI ang tawag. Timeline, major activities, 15 to December to 3 January. Prepare petition, print proposition, signature sheets. Ganon, ano? Detalyado siya hanggang darating sa February. Pag dumating sa February 12 hanggang sa 10 March, verify signatures, 11 March, and so on and on. Pero tulad nga ng sinabi ko, I ignored it. I said, what is this fantasy? Let's get rid of this. Following New Year, however, I got from another source entirely, but certainly from Congress, this time alleging that every district congressman, as well as major city mayors, were being given or at least offered 20 million each, 5 million DSWD-AX, DOH, MAIP, another 10 million, and then 5 million once again to PAD or cash for work from DOLE. So a total of 20 million for 20,000 signatures to be turned in by January 13.
Senator, yung una pong text na natanggap nyo before Christmas, sabi nyo nga isang katutak ang natatanggap nyong text. What I want to find out, Senator, is that ito pong nakuha yung text na to, did this come from somebody that you knew? May pangalan ho ba? At galing po bang
kilala
galing
ko.
Congress?
Lahat sila mga taga-Congress. Alam naman ninyo pakalaki ng Congress. And I spent the longer part of my political career in Congress. I I think altogether, sandusenang taon ako sa Congress eh. So, dami kong barkada, dami kong mga kaibigan, and I think there are quite a few discomfited congressmen as well, is truth
so
be told.
congressman po ang nag-text sa'yo nito yung before Christmas?
Hindi congressman,
Congresswoman.
taga-Congress. Oo, taga-Congress yung iba. At eto, nakakatawa because they actually annexed the proposed sign sheet, which in fact later on mayor started showing me in the first week of January, about 10 days ago, January 5 yata.
Jan 5.
Exactly that same sheet started going around, exactly as well as Congressman Edsel Lagman reported sa Bicol daw, January 5. Eto, nagkalat na nga yung sign sheet na natanggap ko bago magpasko.
So this particular sheet that Congressman Lagman showed me during an interview, Senator, ito din po yung natanggap nyo na sheet noong bago mag-Christmas?
Yes, exactly the same.
Okay.
Absolutely the same setup, the same title, the same column division. Very funny, actually.
Okay, so now that there is that, no, yung pong allegedly sinasabi ni Congressman Lagman na naglabas daw ng pera during the January 5 meeting sa Ellis Hotel sa Legazpi City para po sa pirma, 100 pesos daw para sa bawat signature. Nakausap ko po, Senator, si Mayor Alfredo Garbin, and he was saying that that's wild and baseless. In fact, I was even telling him about the documents forwarded by Congressman Lagman po sa amin during that interview. At sinabi niya, wala naman diyang nakasulat lang yan. Well, first, to be clear, he said, sabi ko, naglabas ba ng pera during that meeting? Sabi niya, I can neither confirm nor deny. Wala siyang nakita. And number two, his point was, kung meron man nakasulat mobilization, is there anything wrong kung magkaroon ng mobilization? Because they admit that there is this move for a people's initiative. What do you say to that?
Yes, I'm not privy to the details of what occurs in Bicol, but certainly this has been going on in Region 1, Region 7, Region 8. I'm fully aware that they've been carrying on like this in Region 9 as well. So my point is that in addition to the 20 million being offered to districts and large cities, I'm also aware na eto nga, 100 pesos daw per signature. Sabi ko nga, ang mura-mura naman para ibenta yung ating saligang batas na siyang kaluluwa ng bansa. Later on, I heard may 40 pesos pa. Tapos, yung mga mainit ang ulo daw sa Southern Tagalog, abay inaalokan na ng 1,000. Palaki na ng palaki. So, I think there is something to it because it's so widespread. It's coming from different regions, not merely Bicol, but from all over the place, and very many local government executives and congressmen and district workers who I know and trust for many, many years.
Okay. Senator Win Gatchalian.
The other Philip, of course, is that there's been an ad.
Yeah. I'm going to get to that. I hope you don't mind, no? I want to thresh this out first kasi sinabi po ni Senator Win Gatchalian during my interview yesterday at meron na rin daw po sa Valenzuela nitong people. My question...
Diba? Sa NCR meron na.
Opo. My question, Senator, is natanggap niyo po itong mga balita before Christmas and then after New Year, ano po? Who are they saying? Was there any talk? Sinabi ba po nila sa inyo who's masterminding this? Who is behind this? Did they tell you?
Wala naman sinabi, pero galing talaga sa Congress. Ang sabi, eto kinakalat sa Congress, sabing ganon. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Hindi ko masyadong pinapansin. Pero sabi nila, hindi, inokayan na daw to ng liderato. Hindi ko naman masyadong chinichismis dahil hindi ko inusisa ng todo. Kasi sabi ko, baka tarantaduhan yan. Hindi ba dapat yan na dumaan sa tao? Hindi naman pwedeng ganyan-ganyan lang. But apparently, this is the case. There was no indication where it derived, but it looked fairly official. And certainly it came from very high-ranking members of Congress, both staff and actual elected officials.
Senator, also to dig deeper, would you have, because I know you filed a resolution to look into this, is it important that somebody actually takes a stand and admit that yung inyong sinabi na narinig nyo nabibigyan or may offer po na 20 million for every legislative district. Meron ho kayang pwedeng tumayo at patunayan ito?
Unfortunately, Pinky, ang tanggap ko, talagang walang tatayo, no? At ang talagang iipitin yung mga taga-DSWD, DOH, DOLE, silang pinag-i-interview ngayon, na kung tutuusin, wala namang kamuang-muang yan dahil katatapos lang ng budget. In other words, the General Appropriations Act has just been passed in 2024, ano? And to our shock and dismay, included there are many, many items that we've never seen before. Kasi anong tawag ba doon? Kasunduan sa huling sandali after the BICAM. This is the unfortunate part. And included there is a 14 billion amount for a charter change. We had never seen that before, and in fact, the president's budget that was sent down to us was a mere 2 billion. So 2 billion for COMELEC. Suddenly, this 14 billion amount surfaces in the printed final form. And to our surprise, they are now saying COMELEC requested this. Ako yung chairman kasi nung electoral reform na sumisiyasat ng COMELEC. Ang hinihingi nila pera para sa mga opisina, para sa sahod,
para sa internet
voting. Wala silang hinihingi tungkol dito sa People's Initiative.
Opo. Yeah. Could you hold that thought, Senator? Because I spoke to COMELEC Chairman George Garcia yesterday as well. And this is something I'd like to speak to you and find out more details. But I need to take a very short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb, our source today, Senator Imee Marcos. Senator, you brought up that tinawag niyo pong kasunduan. Kasunduan. I spoke to Chairman Garcia yesterday. Tinanong ko po siya, humingi ba kayo ng 13 or 14 billion pesos? Sabi niya, ang hiningi namin is 17 billion. Ang nabigay daw ay almost 13 or about 13 billion. Then I said, saan po napunta itong 13 billion? And dito po nilagay sa recall, initiative, referendum, and other election preparations. There was an article, I believe, in the PhilStar that looked into or said something, pagka-recall, ganyan, nasa budget daw ng COMELEC ay nasa 2 billion lang or 2.5 billion the past couple of years.
Correct.
So, is it questionable for you? Sabi mo nga, bakit nagkaroon ng 13 billion dito po sa item na ito na recall, initiative, referendum?
That's right. Exactly what I know. I can pull out the transcripts because we conducted several hearings. Pabalik-balik yung COMELEC kasi ang dami lang hinihingi. Unang-una, yung building nila sa Intramuros, di maumpisahan. Tapos, para silang squatter sa iba't ibang probinsya, nakikisuyo na lang sa mga kapitolyo at wala naman silang office. Yun ang talagang dinadaing nila. Wala naman binabanggit na charter change. Alam mo, Pinky, when you hear of purposes for items in the budget, a very large sum like 14 billion. Ang alam natin, technical malversation, pagpapalit-palit ng purpose. Pero nakasulat dun nagulat lahat kami, naisahan kami.
But Senator, sino po naglagay nung 13 billion?
I'm really puzzled because I wasn't privy to the BICAM. Truth be told, I haven't been attending the BICAMs because they're like 2-minute photo ops. There's no real debate conducted. There's no real negotiation and back and forth between Congress and the Senate. So we trust our chairman to do this, but perhaps nakaligtaan. It's an enormous document.
Wala ho bang marites na nagsabi sa inyo, Senator, kung sino hindi naman insert, nagpasok, nagdagdag na lang po nitong 13 billion? Do you have any theories or meron ho bang nagsasabi sa inyo?
Well, naririnig ko lang sa balita, nag-aalitan yung mga kongresista at siyempre parating tinuturo yung appropriations chairman sa Kongreso,
Congressman Ko,
at yung iba't iba pa. Hindi ko talaga alam yung bahaging yan para sa akin isang gulatan. Nabigla kami, sabi ko, ba't ganito?
Yeah, but
and then
Senator, I hope you don't mind, no?
Chairman Garcia really requested additional, like every other agency. Kaya lang, yung hinihingi niya, yung kailangan niya.
Ang question ho kasi dito, Senator, is that kung lumalabas po yung pangalan ni Congressman Ko, no, medyo meron nga silang matatawag ba nating world war with Congressman Lagman? Bycam po yun Senator. So sino po doon sa parte ng Senado?
Well, halos lahat ng senador, we're almost all of us are vice chair, but we've divvied up all the different committees and the different agencies. Ang dapat nakakaalam niyan, ako. Kasi hawak ko yung budget ng COMELEC. Bakit pati ako hindi ko alam? Bira naman, pati si chairman ng finance, Senator Angara, nagulat na lang kami. And like I said, I conducted all the subcommittee hearings, 2 or 3 of them. Thereafter, defended it in plenary. And not once was it mentioned that there would be such a people's initiative.
Yeah. Even Chairman Garcia was saying, wala namang usapan ng People's Initiative. Basta para daw sa kanya, humingi sila ng 17B. Ang napasok sa BICAM ay 13B. Pero yung 13B, dito nga nilagay sa recall initiative, referendum, and other election preps.
At yung 17B na hinihingi niya, yun yung building nila sa Intramuros, tapos yung sahod ng mga tauhan niya, kaya daw very, very easy to buy them or tell them not to work because their wages are so low, then they are so dependent on casuals, job orders, on and on and on. And then the teacher stipends that remain unpaid, all of this stuff. So it had really nothing to do with the charter change.
Okay, so I'm trying to recall yung inyong timeline kasi yung timeline yun, nandun na nga po yung...
Diba? Sobrang in detail. Kaya I can share it with you because truth be told, as I said, no, dinilit ko na nga hinanap-hanap ko pa kasi dinedma ko. Sabi ko, anong kalokohan to? 12 February to 10 March, verification of signatures by COMELEC election officers as ordered by COMELEC Unbank. Talaga naman, saktong-sakto to. 11 March to 8 April, conduct of public hearing on the petition to determine the sufficiency or insufficiency of petition of the required documents. Ayan, it goes on.
Senator,
and it's very interesting because hawak na hawak nila yung COMELEC according to this dahil alam na nila kung kailan mag-en-bank, kailan by division, and so on. And then, if sufficient, on April 9, Bataan Day, ito pa, COMELEC prepares for the plebiscite. Talaga naman, ibebenta natin ang ating kalayaan on the same day as Bataan fell.
There was a all senators meeting last Wednesday. I read that you were unable to attend this, if that is accurate, ma'am.
Yes, that's correct. Unfortunately, I'm still on medical leave, and I really am not supposed to be going around. Pero ang dal-dal ko, no? Pero having said that, yes, I know that the Senate is very, very agitated about all this, and we would like to get to the bottom of all these stories. And like I said, a great deal of money seems to be going around. I'm not sure if that 20 million offer has been paid, but certainly it's been offered roundly and widely. Certainly the amounts of 100 pesos, 40 pesos, and 1,000 have been bandied about. And then we have this ad, a very, very expensive ad on primetime TV.
Last Wednesday.
Allegedly through contributions of various law offices.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. You had mentioned that early on during the interview. Edsa Puera, sinagot nyo na nga po yun na sino ka, ikaw pa ba ang sabi mo? Of course, not in these exact words ang magde-defend sa 1987 Constitution. But let me ask this. The group Pirma says they were behind this, no? Pirma is the same group, I think, during the time of former President Fidel V. Ramos.
Correct. I'm not really sure who's behind Pirma. Do we have actual names?
Senator, opo, napanood ko po. It was an exclusive interview with from ABS-CBN. Si Mr. Oñate po ang kanilang na-interview at talagang he's saying, yes, they are pushing for charter change.
Right. I'm not familiar. Is that Mayor Oñate from Palumpon?
His name is Mr. Noel Oñate. I believe he's a businessman.
Ay, sorry, hindi ko po kilala eh. Dahil ang pagkalam ko, wala na yung pirma. Tapos Speaker Joe Divino ang talagang tumutulak. Pero wala naman nangyari. Alam naman natin yon. At kilala naman natin sina Attorney Abisado. Talagang sikat na abogado yan.
Opo.
At kliyente niya si Speaker noon. Alam ko yon.
Speaker Martin.
Yes, yes. Oo,
Kliyente
sikat
niya
na abogado
dati.
yan eh, taga Davao, di ba? Pamangkin ng dating sekretary ni Presidente Duterte sa DBM.
I see. All right. Senator, again, mabilis na break lang. Short break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Thank you. Watching The Source on CNN Philippines, I'm Pinky Webb. Our source today, Senator Imee Marcos. Senator, so sabi niyo, agitated nga po yung mga senador. So ano po ba ang stand or position ng mga senador regarding People's Initiative? I mean, are they for, number one, are they for Chacha? Are they okay for People's Initiative? Pwede naman ho kasing People's Initiative, pero voting separately. What is the stand?
I think the discussions have been repeated. As you know, there have been 2 bicameral resolutions deriving from Congress insisting on firstly con-con, tapos naging con-as, and both were roundly rejected, unfortunately, by the Senate. Because the agreement was, and I believe that the President, Bongbong has said this repeatedly, even before he was President, na hindi na papanahon ang con-con ngayon, ang charter change. Kahit gusto natin paltan yung ibang provision dyan. At sabi ko nga, dapat ang pamilya ko mangunguna sa pagpapalit niyan dahil ang sabi ng iba, yung ibang provision dyan, paghihiganti na lamang sa inyo, hindi na papanahon because there are simply too many other raging problems. And among them are, of course, the cost of living, no? Yung presyo ng bigas, pagbago ng ekonomiya, ang kakulangan ng maayos na trabaho. All of these things should take the first place in all our efforts. And a charter change would really not only cost over 14 billion, but take up so much of our time.
Yeah.
So it was roundly agreed 2 times, as a matter of fact, na wag na muna mag-charter change. Tsaka na lang pag medyo nakabangon tayo ng kaunti.
And is that
And then
still the
here
stand
comes
now?
another one.
And is
Kaya
that
ang
still the
kulit
stand now, ma'am? Yan pa rin ho ba
Sorry?
yung stand ngayon na wag muna tayong mag-chacha during that senators meeting?
Yes, there have been repeated discussions, like I said. And yun nga, wala talagang boto yung BICAM resolution. Kaya medyo nakukulitan na kami. Biglang eto na naman yung People's Initiative na papaltan. Ang sinasabi naman ni Presidente, pag-aaralan, which as usual is the most tactful and kind way of saying, wag na muna, no? Pero eto nga, biglang ratsadang ganito at nagulat naman kami dahil bakit bigla-biglaan na wala pa kami sa sesyon? Kaya nga nakakaduda, di ba? Everyone is away on holiday or back in the provinces and suddenly this big plan arises.
Yeah.
So there are many questions about People's Initiative. As you know, there's a standing case, and that is the ruling of the Supreme Court in Santiago, indicating that there are simply no processes as yet sufficient to constitute a People's Initiative. Wala pang prosesong maayos. Hindi naman pwedeng bara-barang ganito. Magpapadala ng pirma, tapos may suhol. Hindi naman tama yun. Ang sabi ng Supreme Court noon, doon sa Santiago, hindi naman pwedeng basta-bastang ganyan. Dapat itakda kung paano gagawin. And that's what we're awaiting. There's some dispute among lawyers that the Lambino case has overturned that, but I'm not certain. In any case, it's best that we determine what is the way to change the Constitution through People's Initiative, if at all.
Opo. Senator, have you spoken to the President? Is he supporting? Does he want a People's Initiative? Is he okay with voting jointly?
I think that the President is not too keen, quite frankly, although we've not discussed it lately dahil I've been on medical leave nga and I really haven't seen anyone. But the other issue really is this voting separately or jointly has become a rallying point for the senators because we're only 24, ano? talagang mababaliwala kami at malulunod sa boto ng higit na 300. So this is another major bone of contention.
And ipaglalaban niyo po ito personally na hindi pwede itong voting jointly.
Yes, we all know it's absurd. I mean, look at the arithmetic. It's just silly. I mean, nobody can assume so. And we know that it's commonsensical. Hindi man po pwedeng ganun. And marami pa talagang kailangan i-discuss. Andun rin sa ating constitution, kailangan lang daw 3% of the voters in every district. Ibig sabihin ba nun, kung may 3%, halimbawa, na kumontra o may distrito sa Davao, kasi sinabi na ni Mayor Baste, the Baweños are not for sale. Halimbawa, yung Davao District, hindi bumoto ng 3%, ibig sabihin ba, naudlot na yung buong People's Initiative? Dahil absent yun, nasa Constitution natin.
I think yun din ang
Every
pagkaintindi
district.
ko, ma'am. 3% for every legislative district and a total of 12% of registered voters nationwide. Very quickly, raratsadahan ko na lang po. Kailan po yung hearing?
Hindi ko pa alam kasi wala pa kaming sesyon. Titignan ko pa kung kailan at mag-uusap-usap muna kami kung sino-sino ang tatawagin at ano pang committee. Kasi hindi pa nare-refer yung aking resolution eh. Hindi pa kami nagsesesyon.
And Senator,
so I'm awaiting.
Just a quick reaction doon po sa inyong isiniwalat na importation ng fuel by the United States at nandito po sa Subic ngayon. Pinatotohanan naman po ito. They confirmed this, AFP Chief General Romeo Bronner, but he said the AFP had nothing to do with this, although he's seen some documents. Is this still, how do you want to proceed with this?
Yes, I really would like some clarity. Hindi naman tayo kontra sa Amerikano, di rin tayo kontra sa Incheck. Ang simple lang, alamin natin bakit nagpasok ng sangkatutak na gasolina. 39 million is a heck of a lot of gasoline. Why did they bring all of this from the very, very contentious Hawaiian base? Galing sa Hawaiian eh. Bakit pinasok sa Subic? Kanino pinasok? At para sa ano? We want to know. Sana pamigay na lang sa ating mga driver at jeepney at tricycle. Apakadami kaya.
Okay. Senator, so you've been on medical leave. Is everything okay naman po?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm fine. It's my usual problem sa mata. Sabi ng nanay ko, mabubulag tayo sa katitingin ng pangit. So, yun ang diagnosis ng nanay ko. Parati kami may problema sa mata eh, unfortunately. But I'm fine. I'm walking around. It's simply that I'm blind.
Okay. Senator Imee Marcos, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.